Hi, everybody, and a big warm welcome and congratulations to you and your families and loved ones. Let me say first that I am, of course, sorry to not be with you in person. But I do feel connected to you in ways that I've never felt connected to students, and I don't think I've ever been more inspired by an HTP class. You responded to a very real loss with such grace and flexibility and grit and good spirit. You were sad, but I did not hear one unreasonable complaint. I saw the many ways you took care of each other, played Zoom games together, worked to stay engaged in your classes. I do think one way we should measure ourselves is by how we respond to challenges, and you have responded to these challenges beautifully. I hope you feel very proud of what you've accomplished and how you've accomplished it, and I hope that all your family members and friends out there are beaming with pride. I also want to say, though, that I hope this year won't only be defined by this virus. Most of the year you were on campus, and I so appreciate the time getting to know you in person. I love seeing friendships made by people who live in different states and different countries, seeing your animated conversations after classes, reflecting about the mysteries of how humans develop in my office. I loved having you at my house, bumping into you at Gutman Cafe, getting to talk about our favorite love songs at one of our gatherings. Let me finally say something about the future. I know to a large degree the future is uncertain for all of us, and I know many of you don't know what comes next. But I also know that sooner or later you will start to see sightlines, ways forward, and I know that the world needs you more now than ever. Inequities that have always been unconscionable in this country and around the world have only been exacerbated. The world needs creative and thoughtful teachers who understand child development more than ever. It needs curriculum developers who understand literacy and social emotional development and many other fields. It needs great researchers and consultants who can deeply understand what makes children and adults thrive in school. It needs new after-school programs and new forms of higher education that respond to the needs of this time. It needs people who understand adult development, and it needs people who will work to dismantle racism and fight fiercely bigotry and bias in all of its forms. And you will be those people, and you will do those things. I am so excited for what is in front of you and what you will bring to this world. And please know that I and many other people at HGSE have now locked arms with you. In moments when you are feeling deflated or down, we will be cheering wildly for you. Be well, take care of yourselves, make sure to be in touch, and many, many congratulations to the awesome class of 2020.
Hi, everybody. I'm Meredith Rowe, and I'm the co-director of the Human Development and Psychology program here at HGSE. It's great to be here with all of you. We're so excited to celebrate our graduates today. And when I think back to last August, when many of us met for the first time, I have a picture of sitting out on the Radcliffe Yard during the orientation barbecue with many of you. We're sitting all over the steps of one of those buildings there, getting to know each other, chatting. And, well, the first thing I think of is there was no need to social distance at that time, which was wonderful. But of course, it also, because of all the changes since then, it just seems like so long ago. And I think it's amazing how much has changed since then. And because of that, it's really sort of extra exciting to be here to celebrate all of you in this very unique and special graduation ceremony for our centennial year HTP graduates. So first, I wanted to just make a few remarks. I wanted to thank all of you for being such an amazing group. Thank you for your open-mindedness, your hard work, your creativity, your collaborative nature. I remember being struck at the very beginning of the fall semester at how willing you were to engage with and learn from one another in such a respectful and open way. It was really great just from the beginning with this cohort. You came here from many different backgrounds and experiences, and yet each one of you was an integral part of our program. And as a group, your energy and enthusiasm was truly inspiring. It was really an absolute pleasure for me to get to know some of you, very closely and get others briefly, but just to be able to work with you and learn from you throughout this entire year. Second, of course, none of us expected the year to end this way. Indeed, the Ed School motto is learn to change the world, not necessarily learn to make a difference in a drastically changing world, right? But I can say that I was extremely impressed with how all of you handled the situation this spring. And because of that, I'm absolutely confident that you will be the people who will be able to make a difference in this drastically changing world. During your time here, you've learned how important relationships are for development. And to draw on the work of my colleague, Junlei Lee, I have no doubt that you will leave here and be the helpers. You'll help the children and the organizations that help the children. You'll help the parents, the teachers, and you'll help advance science by continuing to ask and address important questions about learning and development. And finally, while this moment may not be exactly what you had expected or planned, I hope it's a moment when you can reflect on how much you've learned and grown during this time, and that you can be proud of what you and your peers have accomplished. We are incredibly proud of you, and we're grateful that you are and always will be a part of our human development and psychology community here at HGSE. So, with that said, it's time to turn to the important business of celebrating each and every one of you. So here we go. The Intellectual Contribution Award recipient for the Human Development and Psychology program, Phoebe Joyce Bilal Co. Wad Adam. Nana Udu. Jeremy Anderson. Elizabeth Baird. Sydney Erin Bayer. Lydia Berg. Charlotte Bingaman. Taylor Boyd. Tobias Caroline Britton. Howie Chen. Morlin Chen. Yiran Chen. Yunhui Chen. Maggie Christakis. Julie Marie Cusano. Kelsey Davison. Wangkamen Dechatiwang na Ayudia. Anne Drescher. Najwa Ali Alizagi. Siyun Fang. Jewel Fang. Bobby Gentry. Austin Dean Gregson. Brimar Guerrero. Jeun Guo. Siwei Ha. Stephanie Chieyun Huang. Connie Goon Her. Justine Jansen. Ghazal Jasani. Santya Kalasagaran. Michelle Eugene Kang. Matthew Kenny. Christine Elizabeth Keys. Martin Kramer. Soyoung Lee. Suyun Lee. Jiacheng Lei. Samantha Lavangi. Francis Lee.
Xinyi Li. Jiaying Li. Lauren Elizabeth Lindstrom. Juan Li. Jiaming Liu. Vivian Shalom Liu. Emily Anna Luce. Hua Luo. Ning Ma. Eliza Makani. Susan Elizabeth Malone. Gina Maurer. Annie Medina. Mesa Merritt. Kathleen Moore. Vereen Parker. Jeremy Perry. Sador Geshwari Rajadran. Caitlin Gale Robertson. Niharika Sanyal. Jack Schultz. Imani Mayan Sellers. Vatsla M. Sharma. Dong Shen. Chantil Slade. Reshma Srikala. Dorothy Sun. Yufan Sun. Merrill Stabler Thorpe. Rosina Jean Walton. Zhu Wang. Josh Willis. Skylar In. Jai J. Mengfan Jai. Jiwen Zhang. Shizi Zhang. Haoyan Jahal. E. Jahal. And the Marshal for the Human Development and Psychology Program, Ashna Podar.
Hi again, everyone. I hope you enjoyed our virtual program. It was great to see you all and to have a chance to celebrate each one of you. basically, we're going to miss you. We hope we can celebrate in person sometime soon. We wish you all the best going forward. Please keep in touch, and congratulations. Yay!
Yes! So proud of you. Congratulations. And I really am looking forward to seeing you at the party.